What's up, family? What's up? It's me, your boy, your urban sports guru. I want to holler at my reaction to games one, game two for both the Eastern Conference and Western Conference first round playoffs so far. We're gonna start off in the Eastern Conference. The Bucks so far is taking care of business as expected. They're up 2-0 on Detroit, and Detroit's gonna need a prayer not to get swept. Point blank. Period. Blake hasn't played yet, I don't think, but he hasn't played yet, and they're gonna need a prayer to even win a game. They came out in the first half, game two, played well, and basically shot their load because that's the most best in game they're going to give them. Maybe the first half in game three, motion, home crowd, but they're getting swept. Giannis and them boys, Giannis, did you see the dunk he put on Thon Maker? Real disrespectful. But Milwaukee's taking care of business as a number one seed should in the first round. Now moving forward, the two seed Raptors, they evened it out 1-1. Now basically, this is I said this before. The only chance they have in keeping Kawhi, which I think is decent, they have to make a decent playoff run. They gotta at least get to the Eastern Finals, if not the NBA Finals. And what makes this team different this year, you have a bona fide superstar, not just a star, but a bona fide superstar leading, and Pascal Siakam. This means Kyle Lowry doesn't have to be the number two option. And I think Gasol can give them more than Valanciunas can. I see Gasol stepping out to the three-point line. Valanciunas can't do that while still giving them the defense. Toronto's a very dangerous squad. I think this is the kind of series they need that can challenge them a bit, but yet they can get their mojo. It's all about Kyle Lowry just being productive. How the fuck you don't score a point in game one? Not a free throw? Game two bounced back 22 points, and Kawhi is Kawhi. One of the top five players in this game. I still say I thought it was gonna be a sweep. I say five. 5 games. Orlando plays hard. They're lucky they could push it to 6. I thought it'd be a sweep, but I say 5. Now, the Sixers in Brooklyn are tied 1-1. I'm sticking by the Philly in 6. I'm sticking by that. The problem with Philly is very simple. The problem with Philly is Ben Simmons. And I like Ben Simmons a lot. But last year they were exposed as a team because you had Ben Simmons, you had Embiid, and a bunch of shooters. So Embiid's getting off, but then Al Horford played good defense. You stay on the shooters, Ben Simmons can't shoot. Who's he dishing it to? So, since he's not going to be the prototypical scorer, you went and got not just other shooters, you went and got other scorers to make up for the fact that he can't be the scorer because he can't shoot. And Tobias Harris and Jimmy Butler. These are guys who can create their own shot. They can finish off at three-point line or they can create their own shot. So you got all of this just to make up for the fact that this dude can't shoot. And it still ends up at times revealing itself because when the ball isn't in his hands, they look bad. They look bad because you got someone you can easily cheat off of. And you see at times blatantly his defender won't lead the paint. It's kind of like when you saw in the NCAA championship in the Elite Eight games with Duke. Trey Jones, I believe his kid's name was, how his defender Taco Charlton they guarded him with a center and the center just stayed in the paint. Dared him. Yeah, I wish you would shoot that. And the problem, Ben Simmons doesn't even try. When I look at Ben Simmons and I look at Giannis, the difference is Giannis is at least trying. Ben Simmons isn't even trying. And I think ultimately that may hold him back. And you see the difference with Philly collectively, defensively. They're not all on the same page. And dribble penetration is a real problem against Brooklyn. Because Dinwiddie and D'Angelo and They get to the lane whenever the fuck they feel like it. I said Philly in 6. Don't slip if they end up going 7. Because the problem with Philly, they feel like they can just turn it on whenever they want. They're far more talented. They're not the Golden State Warriors where they can just turn it on like that against an inferior team. So, quiet as kept, that might end up going 7 when I thought it would be 6. Last series in the Eastern Conference got Boston and Indiana. They finished game 2 tonight. And they made another comeback. They made another comeback against Indiana. Now they up 2-0 on Indiana. Indiana just doesn't have the horses to score with them. They could do it in stretches when Boston basically is bored. And you could do this against this company. If it was Oladipo playing, then this would be a much different series. A much, much different series. I mean, they pissed away both games because they basically just didn't have anyone who could finish the game, who can close it out for them. And particularly game 2, you watched the game tonight, they had no one who could finish out the game for them. Nobody. I thought it would be a long series. I said season 7 games. Might only be 5. Or sweet. Because Indiana literally, they just can't keep up with them. And Boston has too many young guns who can score while still playing great defense. That is the Eastern Conference. Next will be the Western Conference. Make sure you hit the like, hit the subscribe. It's your boy, Everspace Guru. Let me know what you think. Let me know what's on your mind. I'm out. It's your boy. Salute.